Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel PantherSchools. My name is Amit Singh and we are back again with another episode of Salesforce interview question and answer series. So in this video, we have taken an interview of a candidate who is very good at Salesforce developer as well as Salesforce admin. As this interview was more than an hour, so what we did is we tried to split it into two different videos. So the very first video that you're going to watch is for Salesforce admin part, and we are going to release the Salesforce developer part soon into our coming video. So before we go ahead, please give it a like, share, subscribe, also share with your colleagues, press the bell icon so that you don't miss any update from our channel. And now let's start the podcast.
Should I start?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a full stack Salesforce developer and I work as both admin and developer. And so I get tasks related to admin, development, communities, various lightning components, and different Salesforce stuffs, and also installing, configuring various app exchange products. Also, I have experience with batch classes, schedule classes, triggers, and all the Apex aspects. I have also done some integration with third-party APIs. And currently, I'm handling two projects. One is related to an educational institute, and one is for Salesforce billing.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how much comfortable do you feel on admin and development side?
So, out in admin, I would rate myself 8 out of 10, and in development, it would be 9. In development, I would include Aura components and Apex development. And I'm learning LWC, but I'm not that proficient in LWC.
Okay, so basically on the development side, you have more worked on Aura, and you are rating yourself whatever the work you have done, you are rating yourself 9 out of 10, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So I will start from the admin part. I'll basically first half will be the admin interview, and then second half will be the development interview.
Okay.
And we are going to ask the questions, and then if there is anything to add from my side, I will add into the answer before jumping into the next question.
Okay.
Okay, so the very first question that I do ask in every interview is like, what is a relationship between account and contact?
Okay, so account and contact are like a special relationship in Salesforce. Like account is the parent and contact is the child. So the type is the lookup relationship only, because a contact can exist without an account.
Okay, so the relationship is lookup.
Yes.
Okay, what are the properties of lookup relationship?
Okay, so in lookup relationship, the property is that if we delete the parent, the child of that is not deleted. Means they are loosely coupled to each other, the parent and child.
Mm-hmm.
And after deletion of the parent, there is no effect on the child.
Okay,
And in lookup, we cannot create roll-up summary field on standard Salesforce.
okay. Any other properties?
And in lookup, like we can create a record of the child without having the parent while creation of also. That's it.
Okay, so basically, now as you tell that the property of lookup relationship is if we delete a master record and then we don't child record like we the child records are not getting deleted. Okay,
Yeah. Yes.
so in case of our previous question, look up like relationship between account and contact, if I delete an account, then it's all contacts are getting deleted, like related contacts are getting deleted. Have you tried this?
Yeah, that's what like in Salesforce, like account contact and account opportunity. They are you can say like they are standard special relationships. Like a contact can exist without a account, so that's not completely a master detail. And if we delete the account, then contacts are deleted. Then it's not completely a lookup also. So it's like a mix up of both the type of relationship. Same is with opportunity. So account and opportunity and account and contact.
Okay, great. So what are the different types of relationships available in Salesforce?
So like basically there are two types: master data relationship and lookup relationships. And for multi Many to many relationship, we create a junction object.
What is a junction object?
So junction object is like an object which is created to like connected with two master detail relationships. So it is used for mainly many to many relationships. An example of junction object is the order product, which is between order and product.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you could give me an example like where you will use junction object, and is there any standard junction objects available in Salesforce by default?
Yeah, so like I told, one is the order product, which is between order and product. I think its name is order line item.
Okay,
And one is the campaign member, which is between campaign and lead or campaign and contact.
okay. And in which case you will use junction object? Suppose that I have some custom functionality needs to be built, and
Okay.
you are saying that we should be using a junction object. What should be the requirement there to use a junction object?
So like in my latest scenario, I can take example of that. When while I was developing, the client requirement was that an order is there, and that order has a account related to it as a master detail. And in that account, there is a billing country. Now the requirement starts that if the billing country is Australia, then a product A needs to be automatically added to that order. Okay, so in this case I automated it using like whenever the order is inserted, I'll create a order product record in which order which is being inserted and the product AID is created if the billing country is Australia.
Okay, so basically when I say when to use a custom object or what is a custom object, so as an answer, what an interviewer expect is you should be saying that junction object is mainly used to connect, like develop a many-to-many relationship that you already said. When I
Yeah.
ask for an example, you can have like multiple examples when you say that if you wanted to connect an error with a program, then you can have a junction object. The reason is one
Okay.
error can be attached with the multiple objects, oh sorry, multiple programs, and one program
Yes.
can be attached with the multiple error.
Multiple errors. Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
similarly you can also say that student and course, one course can be attached with multiple students and one students can be attached with multiple course.
Okay. And in standard, can the campaign member also be the junction object between lead and campaign?
Yeah, these are the junction object, and there is one
Okay.
more
Okay.
junction object which is like widely used, that is opportunity line item.
Yeah. Opposite line item. Yeah.
Okay, so in case of junction object, as we know that we need to develop the master detail relationship between, like in a junction object we have to create two master detail relationship.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so in which like okay, forget about it, we'll come back to this question later on. What is the properties of master detail relationship?
So relationship is that there's a master which is the parent and detail means the child. So each a child record cannot exist without a master means without a parent. So this is the basic property of master detail relationship. And if I delete the parent record, all the child records are deleted. And in master detail, we can have roll up summary as a standard feature provided by Salesforce.
Okay, is there anything related to security?
Yeah, means the in the OWD, means the organization wide default, it is the child security is controlled by the parent.
Okay, so in case of junction object, as junction object is the child of two master objects, which master object is going to give its security to the child?
Not, I'm not clear with this. I'm not knowing this question. Sorry.
Okay, no sir. So basically, when you create a junction object, okay, and when you create a relationship between these junction objects, so the first object, like the first relationship that you create, that is going to be your primary object, and that object is going to give all the security details to the child object.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so there is one more question on the same. Suppose that I have one child object which is invoice, okay, under account, and both are related with the master detail relationship. So on invoice object at a profile level, I don't have any access, but the OWD is controlled by parent.
Yeah.
So as a user, when I log in and I visit the account record page, will I able to see the invoice related list?
Yeah, you can see if you have the access of account, then as it is controlled by parent, you can see the child record also of
But
invoice.
at the object level, I haven't profile level. I haven't given any permission to the invoice object.
No,
Still, I will
actually,
be able to
yeah,
see.
yes, you will be able to see.
Okay, so basically the answer is I will not be able to see. You can try it after the interview. The
Okay.
reason is that to see the record, the first level condition is that user must be having the access to that object.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no
Okay.
matter even if you give the OWD as public read write, if
Okay.
you don't have any access at the object level for that object at the profile, you will not be able to see.
Okay.
Okay,
And also, like, one more question. The account and contract relationship, was my answer correct?
yeah, that's correct. That was
Okay.
the special relationship basically.
Okay. Okay.
Most people say that it's a lookup relationship. Most people say that it's a master detail relationship, but it's a basically kind of standard special relationship.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so moving towards profiles and permission sets, what's the difference between these two? Like when we should use profile and what is the use of permission set in Salesforce?
So profile is like, it is given to a user, like what all access does the user have. So it is decided by the profile. And whenever we have to give some extra access apart from the profile, we use permission sets. And permission sets are also applied to the user.
Okay, so when we use permission set and basically what is the use of permission set?
Okay. So suppose, like, for example, we are having a sales profile which is having the read access to account object,
Mm-hmm.
let's suppose. And if we want that few of its user needs write access also, so we can create a permission set with write access of that account and give assign that permission set to those users who require the access. So giving some extra access to some object, we use permission sets.
Okay, cool. So can I have one permission set assigned to multiple users
Yes, you can have.
and multiple user can have the same permission set?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What are the various OWD options available?
Various OWD means like read only, read and edit access, modify all records,
Mm-hmm. No, not at the object level, at the OWD when you go to um, sharing settings.
private and public, I think.
Okay, private, public, and
Mm, read only. I'm not sure about next options.
okay. So basically, we have got the various options, which is having private. Then we have got public read only. Then we have got public read write. We have got controlled by parent. We have got public read write transfer. In some cases, public read write transfer will be available, like case and lead object. Controlled by parent, you already said it will only be available in case of master detail relationships,
Yes.
and the other three will always be available. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So what is the difference between public read only and public read write?
Public read only. I'm not actually sure, but going with the name, it can be like it only the read access of that particular object will be granted, and write access will not be granted in case of public read only. And in public write only, both read and write access will be granted. But I'm not sure on this.
Okay, so basically, public read only, as its name indicates, if the user have access to the object, they can read the record, no matter what is the role hierarchy. Okay.
Okay.
In case of public read write, if the user have access at a profile level, then they will able to read and they will also be able to write.
But profile level access is needed.
Yes, in both the cases, profile level
Yes.
access is
Yes.
read.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are the various automation tools available in Salesforce and what is the difference between those?
Okay. So, like, there are multiple automation tools available, like workflows, process builder, flows, and when we go into Apex, there is Apex trigger.
Okay.
Mm,
So what is the
yes.
difference between flow and process builder?
Okay, so flow you can say is it's an advanced version of a process builder. Uh, like in process builder, we can't work on the iterating the child records, but in flow we can iterate the child records. But there are some limitations of flow, like we can have only 5 flows in a org.
Is this?
Yeah.
No, for the limitation, you are wrong. Even I'm not sure about the number of the flows that we can have in our org, but this is not the limit that you set.
Oh,
Okay. So, is there anything which we cannot do using process builder, but we can do using a workflow rule?
flow rule you can say. Actually, all the things which can be done using a workflow can be achieved using process builder.
Okay. So, have you heard about the term outbound message?
Oh, yeah.
Can we send any outbound message using process builder?
I haven't tried it yet.
Okay. So basically, there is one thing which we can do using process workflow rule, which is process. Sorry, this outbound message, and there is one thing that this is the same thing which we cannot do using process builder.
Oh, okay. This outbound message.
Yep. If you wanted to send the outbound message using process builder, then you have to write the Apex code.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. So let's talk about a scenario, which is there is one scenario which is saying I have one workflow rule on opportunity. Okay, which is updating the amount field to 10,000.
Okay.
Okay, and there is one validation rule on opportunity. If the amount is greater than or equal to 10,000, it will throw the error.
Okay.
Okay, now user is editing the opportunity, giving 11,000 as a we can say that giving 11,000 as an amount, or let's say that not 11,000. Basically, it is giving 5,000 as an amount. Okay,
Okay.
and then user clicks on save record. What will happen?
Okay. So first time the validation will rule will pass as it is not greater than or equal to 10,000, and when the workflow sets that field value to 10,000, then again the validation rule will fire and it will throw the error, and all the transaction will be rolled back.
Okay, so basically it will throw the error and user will not be able to save the
Save the
record.
record. Yeah.
Okay, what is the order of execution here? Like how the
Mm,
order of execution works in Salesforce?
okay. So like there are multiple things. So like first is the system validations. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I talk about the main
Yeah.
the system validation, then the custom validation rules which we create, then it is the before trigger, then after recording.
Yep. Make sure you include this workflow rule and validation rule as well.
Yeah, when the record inserted, and then after trigger we will be running the workflows, then process builder and flows. And if anything action is performed using the workflow or process builder and it comes in our scenario, then again all the things will execute once again.
Okay. So can you come again because I lost your voice in between?
Okay. So like first it is system validation rule, then the custom validation rules which we create, and then the before trigger, then the after trigger. That means in between the record is being inserted or updated, and then after trigger, then workflow, and then process builder and flows, and then um, assignment rule and approval. I think assignment rule, and then after workflows and process builder, all the actions are again rechecked, like the validation rule and system validations,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and before trigger, after trigger, and then after that it is the assignment rules, and that way.
So basically, when this flow builder gets executed,
After the workflows.
okay. Okay. So basically, in the scenario where which I asked is like even I don't remember the exact order of execution, but it is something like system validation. Okay, it is going to run the after system validation. It might run, I think, custom validation rules or before trigger something like that. I'm not completely sure, but basically custom validation rule executes before the workflow rule. Okay,
Yeah.
and when you update a field using workflow rule, no validation rules are again rechecked. That's the key. That's the key here.
Oh.
If you update a record using process builder, all the validation rule will get executed and rechecked. But if you execute a like update a record using workflow rule, no validation will get rejected.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
So in this scenario, the record will be saved and the value will be 10,000.
Okay, means the validation rule will be passed.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the one thing here. That's the key here. Again, if you replace the workflow rule with the process builder or an apex trigger, it will throw you an error.
Yes, yes.
Okay. That was there in that was there about the scenario. So is there any automation tool I can execute before delete and before insert?
Trigger.
Any other automation tool?
Before trigger.
Like there is a very simple requirement. I wanted to update an industry of an account to the education every time an account gets created. So which tool you will use here? Process
Means you
builder?
want you want that account industry should be education whenever a record is created of account.
Yes. So which solution you are going to use here? A workflow rule, a process builder, or a flow builder, or Apex trigger?
I will use workflow.
And why you will use workflow, not others?
Like because like it's recommended first do using workflow, then process builder, and then flows or apex triggers.
Okay, so can't we do this using flow?
We can do
So how you will write? Like what exactly you will write in the flow builder?
flow. I have don't know about flows actually, but yeah, but this can be done using flows.
So basically, in the recent release, Salesforce has given the ability to call the flow in case of before events. That might be before insert, before update, or before delete.
Okay.
So now if you wanted to write any scenario which is having a before insert case, or you can achieve a scenario with the before insert case, you should be considering flows, because these are becoming the first class member for Salesforce, and they are having too much updates on the flows.
Okay, and it's like that. I haven't worked anything on flow actually. So should I start learning flows now? Like it's very important now.
Like if you could start working on the flows, that will be an added advantage for you, because if you know the flows, you can do most of the things without writing a single line of code. And even if you have to write the code, that will be very less amount of code. And writing a flow or developing a flow makes the solution easy, maintainable. Like you can maintain
Yeah.
it, and debugging the flows, Salesforce has also given the ability now you can
Yes. Yes.
debug the
Yes.
flow very easily.
Okay.
So if you like, if you get a chance to work on the flows, or if you have any solution, any scenario that you have in your mind, like writing a roll up summary trigger, these kind of things, you can try to develop the flows. There are too many scenarios. You can visit the site Automation Champion, or you can go to the YouTube channel Salesforce Geek.
Okay.
You will find a number of scenarios for the flows.
Okay.
Okay, so that's about this automation tool. Now let's talk about the development part. Okay. And before we go ahead, there is one or two question on the admin side. Have you worked on communities as well?
Yes, I have worked on communities.
Okay, what are the different types of communities there?
So there are like application communities and partner communities.
Application.
Application portal and like partner portal. So if I talk about where we can create contact as a user, and where we have to create the account first and then we can create its contact as a user, so that is partner. And one is like in which we can create directly the contact as the user.
So,
uh,
like so far I know is you have to create the contact for every, like you have
yes,
to
yes,
create the account for every user you create, no matter which
yes,
community
yes.
you are using.
No, actually the types of communities, one is the partner communities in which we have to enable the account of the contact also as the partner. then only we can create the contact as the user.
Yes, but for all the communities, you have to enable the account as a partner. Then only you can create a user, a
Okay.
partner user, no matter either a customer or a partner. Okay,
Okay.
so basically, the main communities, or we can say that the community has been renamed to digital experience. So we can say the main digital experience that we have is partner and customer. Okay.
Customer. Okay.
Yeah. So now you said that partner and customer. What is the exact difference between these two? When I should use partner community and when I should use customer community?
Like, can I take a scenario for this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So like, suppose I am having the an educational institute. Okay, and we are located, suppose, in Maharashtra region, and we have we admit different students. So all the students, for all the students, I will be developing the customer community, as those are my customers. And suppose like my university is like a engineering institute, and there are different engineering institute in different states, like in Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and UP and Karnataka. So all the different state universities, they will have partner communities, partner license. For them, we will be developing a partner community.
So
All
how
or
how how you
Yeah,
will say that this is a partner community and this is a customer community?
we will have
Anything,
to
any
create two
difference in
different
terms of
communities.
that's okay, but how you will say in terms of like this is the you can say that this is a can I have one community like and user can like the user having a partner community profile and customer community profile can be logged into the same community?
Mm,
Suppose that
how?
as you said the example of universities,
Yes, yes,
university have the students, we can consider university students as the customers. Okay,
yes.
so can we have the same community for both the university partners as well as the university customers?
No, you will have to create two different records for them. Means there's separate license which we have to provide to the users to access the communities.
Yeah, I have those separate licenses.
um, but like we have to create different users also then.
Yep, definitely I have to like if
Yeah.
I have different users, then definitely I have to. My question is, can the different license users access the same community? Like basically
No,
partner
no,
and
no,
customer,
no,
they cannot? Are you sure?
no. Yeah, yeah.
How do you define like this user can access this community and this user cannot?
mm, Via licenses, and profile also is there for the users.
So when you
These
say that
two.
via license or profile, what exactly do you do?
Okay, so like if I suppose I have to create a user for a community, so I will
Mm-hmm.
be creating a contact, and then I will be selecting enable as a user. Whatever user we want, we can select the option,
Mm-hmm.
and then it will be created. And if we have some automation, then profile, and it will be assigned to the users, or we have
Okay,
to
but
assign them manually.
the question remains same, like where you will define that this profile will be accessible, like this profile has the access to the community. Is there
In
any
like
setting or anything
in
that you
community
do?
in community setting, I think it is done, but I'm not sure about this.
Okay, so basically the answer to the question is yes, the different profile users can access the same community. As you said that in community we do provide the access. So basically in the community, when you go to administrator and you go to the member section, okay, there is a
Okay,
way there is a way where you say that these profiles or these permission sets can access the community. So
okay,
if that place you give the name or you select your profile which is related to either customer or partner or both communities,
okay,
the profiles will automatically get the access.
okay.
Okay,
I got it. Yeah.
so that was about how do you share a record in communities.
Uh, what I have used Apex based sharing for sharing records in communities.
Any other way, like you the scenario might be different where you have used apex based, but any other way that we usually prefer, and if we don't achieve the functionality using that, then only we go with custom managed sharing.
Yeah, I have seen one, but exactly I don't remember currently. I think assigned sharing something is there, but I can't remember that
Okay,
right now.
so basically to share a record in community, we have like various ways. The one you might be already know is sharing rules. Okay,
Okay.
the other one is sharing set, which is also used to share the record which are related with each other using account.
Okay,
Okay,
sharing set. Yeah,
yeah.
I was remembering this
And
only.
then there is one more which is account data sharing rules,
Okay.
which is also again used to share the records based on the accounts.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so these are the option, and again Apex managed sharing is you already have that option.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so this was from the admin side, and